Greetings and welcome to episode 8 of Something in the Dark. I am your host and game master, Aaron. Something in the Dark is an actual play of Mutants and Masterminds, the world's greatest superhero RPG from Green Ronin Publishing, using concepts and themes from the Supernatural Handbook, and is set within the connected version of Earth Prime that can be seen in many other offerings from the Untold Stories Project. Mutants and Masterminds is a D20-based system which allows players and GMs to create stories featuring all of the greatest heroes of their imagination. It's flexible enough to handle most superheroic shenanigans, complex enough to handle most weird situations, and simple enough to be easy to play. Now, one of the things that I love about this game is the inclusion of hero points. These allow our heroes to re-roll a die, take an extra action, recover from a dangerous condition, or use their powers in new and creative ways. Our heroes each get to start with one of these hero points, and they can get extra points for good role-playing, funny jokes, unfunny jokes, clever decisions, from me using their complications against them, and by your generosity. If you subscribe, renew a subscription, or donate bits to the stream, you will generate a hero point that can be given to the player of your choice. We're a small but growing network. All of those likes and follows and subscribes help keep us visible and growing and paying our bills. A quick word of warning. Unlike some of our other shows and streams, this show is rated M for mature. While it deals with superheroes and is set on Earth Prime, this is intended as a horror stream. On the show, we will be dealing with issues of mental health, body horror, kidnapping, addiction, torture, murder, and similarly adult topics. The show is not suitable for younger audiences and may trigger some adults. In addition, while the show will mostly take place in the city of New Orleans and we have stolen liberally from the real-world version, our Earth Prime version may be slightly different in terms of names and places. One final administrative note, we now have a partnership with Norse Foundry Dice, and through that partnership, USP viewers can get 10% off any purchases from Norse Foundry by using the code USP Norse. Yes, just like the very, very shiny die that Wiki is showing off in her screen. It is getting tight up to the holidays, and this makes it a perfect time to buy dice for all of those dice goblins in your life. Now, with that out of the way, let's meet our players for the night. Shall we say new beginnings, heroes?
New
beginnings, heroes?
Go!
Heroes, let's go ahead and have you introduce yourselves. Tell us your name, who you're playing, where else our listeners can find you, and answer our question of the week, which is, what is one thing that you did with the character points your character was awarded at the end of the last arc? And we will start with Aunt Puppy.
I am Aunt Puppy. I am playing Professor Daffodil Carrie Pembroke. What's the question of the day?
What did you spend your experience points on?
Oh, that's right. I spent my experience points on whatever Aaron tells me I have to spend my experience points on. So that's what I spent them on. Because apparently I've been getting away with a lot of things. So whatever he tells me is what I'm going to do. So that is what I spent my hero points on, or my experience points on. So with that, I will pass it to Brandon.
Hi, everybody. I am Brandon, and I am playing Orpheus and Eurydice, the magical, mythological, lovely couple. I'm still working on a better words. They're not working. Anyway, I don't know what was going on there. Let's just call that a mini stroke. To answer the question of the day, I spent a point on immunity to sleep because of the weird kind of way that the powers that Orpheus and Eurydice kind of work. And so it makes sense. And then I will pass it to Wiki.
Hi, I'm Wiki. I am playing Harper Graves.
Alliteration. Sorry.
I am playing Harper Graves, who is confused and frightened. But she is our resident demon hunter stabby person. And I spent some points on making her a little smarter in some areas, and I also bought immunity to sleep, so and some other stuff that you may or may not come up, and I'll pass it upstairs to Jemmy.
Hi. I didn't pull up the intro, so hi. I'm Jemmy. I normally have fun alliteration and M's, but I do not have that open and do not feel like doing that, so I'll be playing Micah or Muse. You can imagine any sort of adjective in front of that, so long it starts with M. Uh, um, to answer the question, I was a little brain dead. I'm really tired. It's been a long day. I didn't.
You're hoarding.
I'm hoarding. No, that's pretty much it. Jace.
Howdy,
You
everybody.
broke the rhythm.
Broke the rhythm, broke the rhyme.
I should have
What?
gone to Alex.
Why?
Get on board. It's bobsled time.
Oh, I wasn't looking at the Twitch. I don't know our faces order.
Oh.
You
Well,
know, the Zoom windows move around, but the Twitch window doesn't. It always stays in the same order.
I have this memorized.
you don't?
No.
Mm.
All
Anywho,
right, Deuce.
Oh, man. All right. Hello, I'm the Deuce. I am the pumpkin to Kevin's apple pie of the Untold Stories project. I am playing Larry, the mild-mannered priest, and his lovely dark passenger, Babel. I would do alliteration, but I didn't plan on it because thought everyone else had that down. My bad. Sending my points. Obviously, it's winter, so like a good little squirrel, I stored them in a tree, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll crowdsource what terrible things my characters should get next and ask the audience. We shall see. But with that, we'll go downstairs to Alex and his good friend, Mr. Walker.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Thomas. I am the line developer for Mutants and Masterminds at Rerunning Publishing and GM for a bunch of the shows around here. I do a lot of fun stuff. Today, I will be playing the role of Anson Walker, who is formerly Professor Mysterium of Titan City, formerly of the 1930s, and now very confused, but happy to have a yoga membership. He is a wizard. That's what I'm going to say today. As for the question of the day, I have also hoarded my points because my magic's broken here, yo, and I need to save up a bunch of points to fix it. So a lot of meditation, a lot of communing with the diamond, and trying to open myself to the mystical essence of the Earth Prime universe. Now pass it up to Aaron.
all right. So when last we saw our heroes,
I
we
just had a follow by a very long name that I cannot pronounce.
Huh?
So thank you. I think Samurai is at the end there.
Huh? Let me look.
For
Here,
the
let me
follow.
mess it up. Are they in chat or?
they don't appear to be in this chat.
Oops, that wasn't what I meant to do.
Alert us of your presence, person.
Yeah, they don't appear to be on the on the chat, but
No, come here. We love you.
Right. Well, in any case, we'll let our new follower tell us where that hero point goes whenever they come back. In the meantime,
Oh my god.
when last we saw,
Found them.
when last we saw our heroes, we had kind of a downtime episode as our heroes explored the city of New Orleans, or at least explored a specific bar. Their status as agents of Arcade. Anson got to learn a little bit about what the 21st century version of Earth Prime is like, as opposed to the 1930s version of Titan City. Our characters got to explore relationships amongst the team, and we learned, or our players learned, but only apparently Daffodil actually learned, that there is a new vigilante group operating out of New Orleans. So we're going to jump forward a few weeks as everyone is settling into their lives. And let's just have everyone kind of bring us up to speed of what life has been like for our characters since discovering Arcade, its existence, and agreeing to become agents. And we'll start with Micah, who I believe has a new roommate.
Oh, why would you do this to me? You hate me, you're evil, father. Also, Cubano Kitsune Samurai, which I think is how you pronounce that. It goes to Daffodil.
I see that.
I saw Seb sneering at the camera and then a bright smile.
It's because I have to find T's and change them to H's in my book. And I'm mad about it.
Alright, anyway, yeah, Micah apparently has a new roommate now with Harper. In that weird, awkward way of it's more like that stray cat that you leave food out for and let stay, is what it sounds like it is. But aside from, making sure Harper is alive each night when Harper crawls in through the window, and leaving out like some food and stuff, Micah's really just been kind of, Micah has a school, like has a job as a teacher. She has to go to school every day and teach people. So, if Arcade calls on us, she'll come down and, like she'll go do work after school, but mostly been preoccupied with teaching.
All right. Well, a few weeks after our last adventure, it's actually the Tuesday before Thanksgiving break for school.
Yay!
And you are getting a text message on your phone that is from Arcade.
Oh, I want my break. Both in character and in real life, I can't get my Thanksgiving break off.
Nope.
Really?
Yep. Hey,
What's up?
look, Micah's only probably going to have to stop some sort of unspeakable evil. You had to dance.
Yeah. That's why I'm still tired.
But yes, it is a message requesting your presence at headquarters this evening at 7 o'clock.
Now rest for a wicked. Harper, are you up there?
What time is it?
Time is a
That-
jump.
Well, you're home from school, so it's probably at least 4:30 or 5.
Oh yeah,
4:30 or
definitely
5?
up there.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that'll be the Harper, you up there?
You hear from the closet. Yeah, what do you want?
Arcade wants us.
Okay.
Do you want me to get Larry to drive us? Or
I mean, I've got my bike.
yeah, that's fair, but Larry's often a ride for me.
I mean,
It's up to you.
I've got my bike.
Cool.
Are you afeared of my driving?
Do you want the honest answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. I'm doing it right.
Okay. And then Micah is going to call up Larry.
Speaking of Larry, what has Larry been doing for the past couple of weeks?
Well, good old Lawrence has decided that especially young Joshua has done a very good job of preaching the good word and helping out, so pushed some of the other members of the church to the forefront, giving them a chance to preach to the choir. And he's relegated himself to more of dealing with community outreach and some of the planning and logistics side of it. So that way, the more day-to-day and the front-facing can go to some of his other members, who he will be ordering around when he answers the phone as they're trying to get ready for a Thanksgiving dinner that is coming far too quickly. Yeah, you put that over. Hello, put that over there, not in the corner. Okay, yeah, sorry. Hi.
Larry.
Yeah.
Hi. Have you gotten the text from Arcade yet?
No, don't you. Oh, I'm not you. Wait, yes, no, don't put that there. Okay, yes, got it. Thank you. Wait, no, I haven't. What text?
They're requesting us tonight. Are you okay over there?
Oh yeah, just trying to keep everything. Oh, please don't drop. Yeah, I gotta go. Yes, I'll see you there tonight. Are you okay? Do I need to come get you?
I can get there myself, but if you could pick me up, that'll work just fine.
Yeah, I'll see you in an hour. I'll see you in an hour and a half. Okay, bye. No, please don't quit.
Oh, poor Larry.
And he will hang up a little abruptly as he tries to clean up the can of candied yams that has been dropped on the floor. It's a good gallon-sized can, so it's going to take a minute. But cleaning that up since it got dropped and busted open.
Oh, the poor type A personality's trying to delegate.
It's a rough life.
All right. And what about Orpheus and Eurydice?
Well, by and large, they've been just doing what they normally do. Eurydice running her shop and helping at the soup kitchen. Orpheus performing in the French Quarter and at Preservation Hall, and kind of looking out for other members of the Street Musicians Guild. They have been flirting relentlessly with our newest member of the team. The idea that someone else who remembers the world before television is just very refreshing to them.
All right. Who is most often active around 5 in the evening?
5 in the evening would probably most likely be Eurydice.
All right. So Eurydice, while you are in the kitchen, probably doing something very similar to what Larry's doing in terms of trying to make sure that people have food for Thanksgiving. Yeah, you're getting a buzzing from that infernal device that people insist is a telephone.
After like a minute of trying to figure it out. Wait, was it send? What? Why is it? Why do you answer with the send button? That makes no sense. Hello?
It's actually just a text message, but
then it takes like 5 more minutes.
But yes, you have a text message from Special Agent Angelique Dufay requesting, although it's not really phrased as a request, your presence at headquarters at 7 o'clock this evening.
All right. She'll make a note of that. She will not be sending a response, though, because she doesn't want to, because, she has a flip phone, and, trying to text with one of those 888-77-666-554-43. Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Sure.
I have no idea what I spelled out, by the way.
Free hero point for anyone in the chat who manages to figure it out. Daffodil.
So Carrie has pretty much been it's crunch time for most of her students, so a lot of them have been taking full advantage of her relatively open door policy when it comes to getting her tied down for a lab and help with their various projects. She always hates this time of year, since she can't go visit her family. So she does like to, she opens up her availability a lot more just because of that, so that she's a little bit distracted. And so she spends a lot of time, just helping the students and helping them prep for finalizing their master's theses and all varying subjects.
Hey, also, I suppose being British, she doesn't really care about Thanksgiving.
She does not care about Thanksgiving. She is excited for the break, but she does not care that much about Thanksgiving. But she is learning to appreciate it because she does like food.
There you go. So I2D will toddle over to you and
Oh, you gave him legs?
Float over to you. I don't know.
I think of him kind of like a mix of he's like C3PO meets BB-8. It's kind of my thought process.
Oh my god, Micah, robot's first steps.
Yeah.
So he will roll over to you and say, Mistress, you have a message coming from Arcade on the encrypted channel.
I swear to God, Tui, if you don't call me Carrie, I am going to reprogram you. It's funny because that's a thing in her book, is that he never calls her Carrie because it makes him uncomfortable because he's become sentient. So I'm super excited about that.
Of course, Mistress, I completely understand. Would you like your message?
Yes, please.
Your presence, along with the remainder of Strike Team 4, has been requested for 7 o'clock this evening. And there is a postscript of pack a bag.
Okay. So she's going to turn to the student that is here with her and be like,
oh, I'm assuming, I assume there was not someone in the room. He wouldn't have said Arcade.
Oh no, she doesn't care. She assumes that her students probably don't pay very much attention to what's actually that thing where like you don't see a teacher out and you're like, how did they let you out of the school? Right. That's kind of how she assumes that her students treat her. So
yeah, except grad students are obsessed with the personal lives of their professors.
I feel like this one probably would be, since his name is Jeff and he has become a handful for her. So he's very needy.
Hey, we have both the teachers have the one student where they're like, okay, you don't need to keep finding me.
Yeah. I opened my book with him sending her an email panicking about his thesis. So I assume he's probably always in her office if he can be. So she just kind of looks at him and be like, oh, that's a group of us that go out and we play D&D and stuff like that. That's they just think it's funny to make it seem like it's a mission. But so we're gonna have to wrap this up though.
Do you guys need another player?
Hey, that's one way to get rid of a problem student.
Not right now. Not right now, because you need to kind of focus on finishing this thesis and getting yourself together to be able to present it. So why don't you focus on that? And then maybe next time you can join us.
Okay.
All he heard was he's going to get to play in the next session.
Yep.
Look, all I'm gonna say is now I only can imagine Carrie frantically messaging everyone like, so can we like fake having a long-term D&D group? They're all like, what?
Make this campaign last for it.
I'm gonna say, and how many people in your party or in this group would actually know what D&D is?
Right.
Satanic Panic is a thing.
Yeah. Oh man, having to explain that to Anson, that'd be fun.
Or Orpheus and Eurydice.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. No, I mean,
what?
Ooh. Oh man. Okay.
So there's Dungeons and Dragons? What?
And why would you pretend to get attacked by monsters all the time? That feels like asking for trouble.
I got attacked by real monsters.
That sounds like you're playing at work.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he'd be like the old man that's like, back in my day, I had to walk uphill both ways in the snow.
Yeah, Call of Duty was my real life, son.
You
Yeah.
pretend fight chupacabras? I do it all day, buddy.
Back in my day, we had to worry about weapon speed modifiers. It was a thing.
Oh, Jeff.
Oh yeah.
Poor Jeff.
I'm getting a look from Jemmy. It's like, no, that was a thing.
Just
Um,
confused. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just confused.
The earliest editions of D&D were very obsessed with trying to be tactical war game. Any sort of role playing was very incidental.
Yeah.
But
If not accidental.
yeah. Okay, so Carrie, you have your message. Are you going to respond or just be there?
She'll just be there, but she'll kind of start trying to hurry Jeff up to get him out so that she can get ready and get changed and figure out what she's going to bring with her. Because who tells someone pack a bag with no details? I don't know if I need to bring a coat. I don't know if I need to have boots. I don't know if I need to have a dress. Are we going somewhere fancy? What kind of weaponry do I need? Like all sorts of things need. Oh, those are the thoughts running in her head, and she knows that if she put those in a text message, she would.
Does she really think a dress might be needed?
You don't know. Maybe it's like James Bond, and she's got to go to a fancy ball or something to fight a demon that's going to attack this fancy gathering. You don't know.
I'm glad the order of severity went boots, jacket, dress, gun.
Yeah.
The hierarchy of needs is good.
Yep.
Perfect. No notes.
Plus, does she need a toothbrush? Does she need an overnight bag? So is she going to have to bring all of her skincare stuff? Like, there's a lot. Does she need snacks? I mean, there's a lot of.
You always need snacks.
So she's
Just ask Eamon Bundy.
Yeah, so she's trying to hurry Jeff out because now she's panicked that she has no idea what she needs, what bring a bag means. So she's like panicking.
And what about Anson?
Anson and Marcus both have been spending a lot of time acclimating to our new time period. We have lodgings at the arcade headquarters, but so Marcus has been spending a lot of time trying to be useful to the R&D department at arcade, as useful as he can be with lack of knowing how modern technology works.
Sure.
And Anson's been spending a lot of time out on the street observing people, figuring out sort of what's important to people in this day and age. He's been trying to spend a lot of time getting tutoring from Professor Daffodil, since she's an educator, and he figures that she's probably somebody who can enlighten him a little bit easier.
She would have definitely left an open invitation that he could sit in on any of her classes.
Yes, and he's been very confused.
Yep.
Yeah. She's advanced robotics and coding. So.
So you write this string of letters over and over and over and over again, and that machine knows what to do with them?
It does indeed. It's a pattern.
I think you probably should have started with the high school teacher, actually.
Yeah, that probably would have been a better choice. Although having an adult male show up at a high school would be slightly.
Micah would probably have just been like, I can try to help you after school, but like.
Oh, I forgot about Marcus. Orpheus and Eurydice are probably flirting with him nonstop too.
He is very appreciative of it, but has no idea what to do with it.
I have a thing. What do I do with it?
So, Miles Sanchez, who's in charge of research and intelligence for Arcade, actually will absolutely be able to put Marcus to work, because his division is a weird mix of historians and scientists and occult researchers. So the lack of knowledge of modern technology is not as much of a hindrance as
Yeah, and Marcus is like the smartest person in Titan City, so he'll pick up on it pretty quick, I think.
Yep. So
he's gonna go do his Lex Luthor magic thing. It'll be great for everybody but us, I'm sure.
Sure.
I'm also probably spending time with Harper in the evenings if she'll have Anson along for whatever she's murdering.
Okay.
So actually, that's a good question. What is Harper doing without Dusk House giving her assignments and without really needing money because you have it now?
Yeah, she's just doing what she's always done. Just reverting back to the basics. She'll go out on patrols. She will look for trouble, essentially. And she has been also on the side, sort of checking in on hold on. This is why we keep notes. Yeah, checking in with Duchess team to see what's going on with Alyssa.
Yeah.
Okay.
If she can help there in any way, because she does have contacts in the
I had
occult
forgotten.
world, and also still her other side project of trying to figure out who she has to kill because of the house.
Right.
I did forget
so
that part, but Micah had offered to Dr. Eastwood.
Eastman.
If he does call on her for help with trying to get Alyssa back, Micah would go for that too.
Okay. So for those of you who were following up on that, after a couple of days, Henry was able to summon Alyssa back. She had been dissipated while in mist form and was living inside the Ankh. Which is a terrible thing because the Ankh actually feeds on her life force.
Yeah, I found that out when I picked it up.
So she is currently in the medical wing because she was gone for 3 days and was significantly malnourished, dehydrated, and had suffered muscle atrophy as if she hadn't been able to exercise in about 6 months.
Cool. I'm sure that's fine.
Great.
She is stable. She is on the mend, but she is in the medical wing and is still extremely weak. She's also being a real pain in the ass to everyone because she is not a good patient.
That sounds about right.
So.
But yeah, so she's just sort of reverting to basics and trying to find out who she needs to kill, essentially, in all spectrums of life, really. That's kind of what she does. So, yeah, and especially the first several nights, she would have gone like hard in on all of the arcade resources that she now has access to for looking into what she's essentially calling the hit on her house.
Okay.
So
at the moment, there's still not a lot to find. It's more about starting to send resources into looking into it. It had not shown up on Arcade's radar ahead of time.
Yeah.
But they are beginning investigations and doing what they can to look into it for you. Alyssa was being 100%, or not Alyssa, Angel was 100% sincere when she promised that they would put as much resources into that as they possibly could. So.
Cool. Also, randomly checking up on the granddaughter.
Erica?
Yeah.
So,
'Cause-
Erica was taken out of school.
Huh?
She is now being homeschooled. Director Vance is finally using some of that 9.5 months worth of banked PTO time that they have to spend time at home with her granddaughter. As far as anyone within Arcade knows, Erica is mostly staying inside the house, is not going out very much, and hasn't eaten anybody yet.
Yay.
That's good.
Strong plus.
So,
She'll quietly keep an eye on her because the house does have to be restarted at some point, and she would be a good recruit.
sure. All right. So, Anson, you
And yes, she will allow Anson to tag along to a few demon hunts.
Okay. It's mostly quiet. This is not quite Sunnydale where there's a vampire attack every night.
Yeah.
Give me investigation isn't right. Do you have like an expertise streetwise or
No. The expertises I have are demonology, magic, and occult.
Okay.
I've got a really high investigation, if that helps.
I do have a decent insight and investigation.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check from either of you. I'm going to be putting the DC really high because you're not actively looking for something. This is kind of more.
I mean, I'm actively looking for trouble. That
Well,
counts.
yes. Sure.
Do you want to roll or do you want me to roll?
Oh, I clicked it and got a 34.
Okay.
Jesus.
Here, hold on. I'll roll and see if I can assist in finding trouble. What did I roll? A 12. I assist in finding trouble.
That makes
Okay.
it a 36.
So, like I said, it's a little tired because there is, or a little quiet. You managed to find a few of the cultists who weren't in the nest at the time of your raid. I'm assuming that based on what you've learned about the ritual, you try to bring them in alive.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, if not, that's
People
fine.
keep yelling at me for killing them, so.
Yes, we're fueling our dude.
Yeah, if they're not noticeably monsters, I won't be killing them.
I mean,
I'll give them the daylight test that I gave the other vampires in the cave.
okay. Yeah, they're not vampires. They still have bloodlust, and they sure think they're vampires, but
Well, they shouldn't put you down for being crazy anymore, right? I learned that in this in this time period.
sure. You do a couple of times you come across not necessarily something supernatural, but a crime in progress, and do see the Night Watch in action. They are Harper, you can't help but admire their efficiency.
Yep.
they're very good at stopping people. They're not necessarily gentle about it. Do you make yourselves known or interfere in any way when you happen to see these things, or
I follow
Harper won't.
Harper's lead on it.
It's none of my business.
okay?
It's not my lane. So till somebody makes it my lane.
Yeah, I just assume that's how superheroes are here.
Okay. Sure, that works.
I feel like the fact that we're all kind of ignoring them is really going to bite us in the ass at some point in time.
Do any of them? Here's a question
Mhm.
before I actually answer that. Do any of them ping my radar?
As being demonic? No.
Yeah. Okay, then yeah, not my lane. Not my circle of hell, not my demons.
Do they register as magic?
Yes, actually. Not all of them, but give me 1 second to pull up my notes. Of course, Alex knows the answer to this already, but
Anson doesn't though.
no. So Nocturne has an amulet that gives him his power to control darkness. That is most definitely showing up as magic. The others do not show up as magic users, no.
I'll point that out to Harper if it's of interest to her, but
That one of them pings as being magical.
and has a magic amulet of some kind.
Interesting. Does it seem dangerous beyond beating the shit out of people?
I don't think so.
All right. We'll let Arcade know, but unless
All right.
they want us to stop them for some reason, there are other superheroes that can deal with their own.
Yeah, and I mean, if you bring it back to their attention, then the response from everyone at Arcade is superheroes are going to do their superhero thing unless they're getting involved in something involving the occult. It's really not.
Not my lane. That's what I said.
Yeah,
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yep.
Okay. So then where would Anson be when these messages are going out?
I'm gonna be a little cute and say that I'm walking into Professor Daffodil's office as she's having her panic attack about hacking.
I like it.
Yeah, because so her lab, just for a visual aid of where she is. So she is her lab is underneath, it's like one floor down. So she had it custom built to have her lab attached to her flat. And so she can go between the two, but whenever she has open office hours, you can't see into her flat. So it's almost like two-way glass kind of thing. So you can't like see into her lab. She obviously will flip it the other way whenever she's in her apartment, but yeah, so it's like a big, basically like glass wall that separates the two entities from each other. So if you come in through the lab, you'll have to then come through the glass doors, but she'll probably be so panicked she won't even have realized that she didn't lock all the doors.
I really should lock these things.
She will scream and turn around as she's like throwing like piles of clothes like all over the place, trying to figure out what. And she'll just look at him and just be like, "What the fuck does pack a bag mean?" And just turn back around and keep going.
Well, where I come from, it means to prepare a suitcase for travel.
She will then relay all of the panic that she's been having and just kind of word vomit all over him as to how she is feeling currently.
Everybody in this time talks a lot. There.
I don't.
Would you like suggestions for things to pack, or is this just do you just want me to listen about it?
Oh, no way Anson is self-aware enough to be able to offer that up.
She will turn.
He's been reading a lot of self-help books.
So she'll turn and just kind of go, "You've done this kind of stuff before. When they say pack a bag, do I need like anything specific, or is it just like a change of clothes and a toothbrush?"
Well, for this kind of expedition, generally I'd bring a few changes of clothes. Probably something nice to wear in case we go to a restaurant that needs to, calls for higher class of clientele.
Knew a dress was going to be important, and she'll pull a handful of things and put them in a bag, and kind of. She definitely doesn't neatly put them in, and she just kind of throws everything in, and then she runs out and grabs her toothbrush from the bathroom and throws it in there, and then she'll walk into the kitchen and be like, "I have to feed the cat if we're going to be gone for a couple of days," and she'll set out some soft food to bring the cat out, and then we'll reprogram the automatic feeder so that it feeds them twice a day instead of once a day.
If it's a question of space, I've got unlimited space in my pockets.
What?
Yeah, I've got a magic coat with bottomless pockets.
So she'll just kind of stare at you and just be like, "Show me your pockets."
I'll walk over and open a pocket.
And she'll just kind of like stick her, she's not even asking. She's just sticking her hand in the pocket and like, "Oh my," and she starts freaking out, and then like throws a couple things in there and then was like, okay, I think, okay.
Is that an extra dimensional space, or are you just happy to see me?
She'll be like, "Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go."
Did you get a message or something?
Yeah. Didn't you?
That little thing in my pocket vibrated, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's a text message or a phone call, but most likely a text message, because let's face it, most people text now than call. So if you open it, it will tell you a little message, like a telegram, but that's instant.
We had telephones where I come from, right?
Yeah, but this will be words, so like a telegram.
Oh, that's right. They hadn't invented writing before I came here. That's right.
And so she will be like, "You know what?" And she'll just basically take his arm and just kind of push him towards the front door and go, "Tui, can you please lock up as I leave?" And we'll just kind of push him out the front door. Like, "Let's go." Just in a
Alex,
huff.
have a hero point for that. Oh, okay. So everyone will make their way to arcade headquarters. Navigate through the twists and turns and tunnels to the briefing room, where Angel and Miles Sanchez are both there waiting for all of you.
Yippee! Hi.
And once everyone is there, Angel will say, So, we appreciate that you are a bit of a unique case in terms of our agents, in that you don't work for us full time and you all have other obligations that can take priority. So we have been trying to not have to call on your services until now, because Dutch and crew are currently up in Maine dealing with some Deep One cultists.
Hmm.
Miles, do you want to start? Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, in Louisville, their local cable provider, Media River, started to have service disruptions. Just a few seconds, few moments of the screens filling with static. Nobody noticed anything significant out of it. It happened roughly once a day for a couple of days. However, there were two people, Reed Harris, 32 salesman at Mars Phone Cellular, and Amanda Young, 64, retired homemaker, who both reported that in the static they saw the face of a young girl. Both Harris and Young were electrocuted. Harris's girlfriend and Young's family both said that they had seen a strange little girl in odd places just watching them. Since that time, more people have reported seeing the face of that girl, and more people have been electrocuted in freak accidents. So far, there has not yet been a public connection between the static, seeing the face, and the electrocutions, but there is definitely correlation, if not causation, there. And the internet has taken course of it and has put the pieces together. It is a whole viral thing now, apparently. It's a game of Russian roulette to see if you can be watching TV at the right time to see the face. Because people are dumb. But the idea is that the more people who tune in, the less chance you have of getting picked. So we'd kind of like to have you guys go and investigate it, because right now there have been, in the past 2 weeks, 40 electrocutions.
And all of these people have died, I assume?
Yes. We're not talking about, oh, you happened to touch a live wire and get a bad shock. We're talking enough electricity to turn people into cinders.
How can an idea be communicable?
What do you mean?
You said that it was a virus.
You're a musician. Or is this Orpheus or Eurydice?
Eurydice.
Okay. Your husband is a musician. What is less of, I would think the idea that thoughts and sounds could be viral would make total sense to you.
I mean, I guess.
And where
It's
was
a
this taking
trend.
place at?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Cool.
We do not have a active field operation there. So you would be going in pretty much blind, but obviously we can arrange some support for you. You will, of course, have, expense accounts and whatnot, but we don't have any specific contacts for you to liaise with. We might be able to smooth things over with local law enforcement if you get in trouble with them.
Great.
It's interesting.
I understand that this is a time of year that is busy, and I'm sure you all have people that you would like to spend the holiday with, but we
Holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Oh, I always forget that one. All these newfangled holidays.
Never mind.
Is there a problem, Micah?
No, none at all.
You don't have classes for the next 5 days.
Yes, I'm aware. I was planning on enjoying that time without classes.
I'm terribly sorry if the murder of 40 individuals is a
I'm
inconvenience for you.
That is why I said it's fine.
I'm not here for all these sassy jerks.
Like, it's fine, and then they're the one who, like, are you sure? She's like, but they said it was fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but you did the girl thing where you're like, fine, it's fine.
Well, part of the exasperation is just coming from the right. Orpheus or D, you've lived through this. Why are you still confused?
Because Thanksgiving has existed for like 10% of my life. I just finally got the hang of remembering Christmas.
Okay.
When do we need to leave?
Yes.
I preferred Saturnalia.
I mean, it's your investigation, and you're whenever you wish, but there are on the average 2 to 3 additional deaths a day.
Let's just get looking.
No, there's no time like the present, I think.
Seems
How
to
are
be.
we going to get there?
Yeah, we could fit. I have a van.
Driving is certainly a option. Or you could fly. It's about a 10-hour drive.
Carrie's looking up on her phone how much. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like a private plane that they can rent. She's just like trying to figure out how to make that happen.
Right, rich.
Very rich. She's like Tony Stark rich.
Still gotta use an expense account.
Aren't you like billionaire?
Her family is billionaire. She's only a millionaire.
Oh, only a multi. Right.
It's just walking around, money right there.
Yeah. I wrote in my book that she just like walked into the bank and took out $5,000 for like an artifact she needs to buy, like in an evening. So
yeah, that sounds about right. So even with your wealth, buying commercial airline tickets is not an option.
Well, yeah, because she was looking for private, like
Yeah.
one of those
Charter.
what did it use there was one that used to be here that used to fly, like do a direct flight from Cincinnati to Chicago, and it was like fit like 8 people or something, and it was like just you.
We
A
can
little
borrow
Cessna.
Tay-Tay's plane.
But yeah, you have rank 4 wealth. You are a multimillionaire. You would have to throw a little bit of you would have to throw an amount of money that would make a difference to literally anyone other than you. But you can definitely charter a private plane to fly you there tonight.
Okay, that's what she'll do. She'll just kind of go, all right, guys, I've got a private jet. It leaves in about 40-ish minutes. So if we can get going, we can make it to the airport. I think it's only like a 2-hour flight.
That's convenient.
Not quite as much of a rush as that with what you're probably having to pay them. It's leaving when you get there.
So, but we can take the van to the airport.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Sure.
I was looking forward to road trip.
Hard
Are you-
pass.
Are you sure you're going to be able to stand my driving, Harper? Or are you taking the motorcycle?
What?
You know the speed limit. I know you hate it.
You realize that she has been tuning. That is the moment you realize she has totally been tuning out everything that has been going on since.
Harper's like, just point me in the direction of stabbing. Like, I don't care how I get there. Just point me in the direction of stabbing.
No, Harper is. Something else is going on with Harper right now.
Okay.
We're heading to the airport, Harper. Are
Why are we
You-
going to the airport?
going to Louisville. Finding the ghost in that television.
Right. Okay.
Do you want to ride or do you want to drive? Maybe you should ride. Leave your
Yeah.
bike
sure.
here where it's safe. Okay.
I'm just saying.
There's a message for you, Aaron, on the Roll20.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if you could have just, it's perfectly fine to say the idea is popular. All these new words.
Are you still hung up on the viral thing?
No,
Honestly,
she's gonna be as she's walking away.
I feel like that
There's
was
a little myth that, like,
that
you
was how
know,
long it
everyone
took
just
her to
assume
search.
that makes sense.
That's how
I
long
was
it
with
took her
you.
to Google it.
Brandon, have a hero point for making me laugh. Wiki, have a hero point for no particular reason at all.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Did I just successfully beat the dead horse until it was funny again?
Yes, you did.
Well, it helps that you are beating the horse in the background, so nobody really noticed.
Just quietly. Every once in a while. thump.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So to the airport.
Yeah, Carrie wasn't gonna ride in a church van for 10 hours on her wheelchair. So
I'll see
she
why
is
not.
What? Hold on.
she is 100% okay with flying.
That's how bonding happens.
Exactly.
Mm-mm. So it'll be like a not quite a puddle jumper, but it'll be pretty close to, just like a small.
Wait, we're going through a Stargate? Sorry, that was an SGA reference. Moving on.
Anyways, it'll be a small little aircraft. Probably could fit up to 10 people. Obviously, it can fit all of us. So it'll just be, and she'll just kind of like, as they arrive and they're like getting in, and she'll just be like, sorry guys, this is all I could get at the time. Like not understanding that this was ridiculous that she could just charter a private plane.
No, it's quite helpful. I really probably should have packed.
Same.
That's all right.
Wait, we were supposed to pack something?
Apparently.
Yeah, oh well.
Well, there's gonna be food. I made sure to get us food. Since I wasn't sure if anyone ate before they came. So there'll be some food once we get to altitude, and then drinks as well.
Oh, if they have yams, I'm going to throw them out an airlock. Just walk on the plane.
Are you okay, Larry?
Oh, yeah, just... I've
He's
made...
got some yam PTSD over here.
If you've ever had to make 32 flats of rolls in a day, it's not fun, but I've done it, and it's great, and they'll take care of the rest. It's fine, let's go.
Like
Okay.
I said, there's drinks, like specifically alcohol, Larry, if you want any.
No, water's fine. Water's fine.
Oh, come
All
on, live a little. It's a holiday, right?
I mean,
Harper-
even Jesus turned water into wine.
Harper is going to sort of robotically follow everyone onto the plane, find the little drink cart, grab like 2 fistful of those small the little
Mini bottles of booze.
mini bottles of whatever the hell is on the cart. She doesn't even care. She's going to find a seat in a corner, pull her legs up into the seat. She won't even realize it, but she's got Mr. Quackers in one hand and a lap full of booze, and she's just going to start drinking.
In the fetal position.
Essentially, yes.
So as soon as you sit down, Harper.
Mm.
So are we excited about going back home?
Fuck you, you piece of shit.
I'll take that as a no.
Maybe I'll throw you out the plane.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Solve
What
2
exactly
problems
do you
at
think
once.
that would do to me?
I don't know. What if I throw both of us out of the plane?
Well, most likely you would set me free and you would die.
Mm.
Which I'm okay with.
Yeah, I know you are.
After a little bit, Micah is going to walk over to Harper.
Oh, this Mr. Quackers was not being telepathic here.
Yeah, no,
I-
this was a conversation.
I know. It was a matter of still offering that little bit of privacy,
Okay.
even if it wasn't, before sitting by Harper. Are
Micah.
you
Can you jump out of an airplane?
theoretically anyone can?
That's true.
Are you
That sun
asking
stop
would I
at the end,
survive
but-
it?
Sure.
I can fly.
That's a great trick until it stops working.
Mhm.
I could fly once.
Yep. Now you're in a plastic duck. How's that feel?
Very annoying, but
Mm.
I'm patient.
Someday I'm
I've
going
never
to
been
kill
flying
you.
before.
You haven't?
No.
How did you get from Greece?
Steamship?
A boat.
Right.
We came over here in that was that war.
Which one?
The one between America and Britain.
Revolutionary?
Which one?
Yeah.
The second one.
You guys had a War of 1815 here too?
No, 1812. That's it. The War of 1812.
No, that doesn't feel right.
1815.
Yep, we came in a little bit before that.
Okay.
My first mentor fought in the War of 1815. He actually sailed his riverboat up into Bonchance to scare off the British fleet that was blockading the port. It was pretty intense.
What was your mentor again?
His name is Jacques Beauregard. My first mentor, I should say.
How old are you?
I guess technically I'm 192 now. I wasn't around for the 1815 business. That was he was older than me, but I met him in 1858, somewhere in there. He's the one who took me out of the South and took me off to Avalon.
Like the
Where's-
King Arthur
where's
place?
Avalon?
You guys had a King Arthur here.
Knights of the Round Table, Lady of the Lake.
Were they all undead revenants who were trying to destroy the world and plunge it to another dark age too?
Oh, they were
No.
they were not real as far as I know.
Oh,
Yeah, they were a story.
Ancient astronaut theorists believe that they were. I watched
I always
6 hours of that
I
yesterday.
heard rumors of them, but I never met them. So I mean, I didn't get that far up north. So I can't tell you whether or not they really exist, but they're most famous for being in a story and it being a kind of romance and kind of knights and shining and
Say, this is still
Oh.
D, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
well, none of them were particularly nice. I mean, Merlin was the wizard who trained me in the skills I have now, but he also plunged the earth into the dark ages until he was imprisoned by the other wizards before I accidentally let him out.
That definitely did not happen here. Here the Dark Ages happened because the Roman Empire collapsed.
Everything you tell me about your universe only confuses me more.
You say while being completely calm and normal in a machine that flies.
This has been around for most of my life. Actually, I'm sorry, this is just Jemmy being tired. I'm pretty sure all of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, this has been around my entire life. Yes, it's normal to me.
It's easier to accept people flying without aid than in something.
Yes.
So me jumping out the plane and playing a little bit of music and flying is more natural to you.
More expected.
Than the piece of machinery that has existed for a while now.
Barely
really
100 years.
I really just hope that the flight attendant and the pilot can hear this whole conversation and just being like, what in
The hell?
fuck did I get myself into?
What the
It's
shit?
amazing how much money
That's
can
true.
provide selective deafness.
Yeah.
We're rich. Mind your business.
I'm just saying, normal is relative.
Meanwhile, the stewardess is leaning up over into the cockpit, going, "They have a talking duck."
And they're talking about flying and being hundreds of years old. It's
Just play the gig, man.
keep your head down. Just keep your head down. It'll all be
You're
over
being
soon.
she
Just
paid too
give them
well
the
to care.
stacks and leave. It's fine.
Pilot just rolls out and goes, huh, LARPers.
Like, well, this is a world with superheroes, so they probably just think we're some kind of really bizarre band of superheroes.
We're just really bad at doing the whole undercover
Although-
gig.
To be fair, if it's anything like most, like the ones that are the wealthiest usually are the criminals. So it could be that they just think we're criminals.
That's
I mean,
fair.
what was it that like a bunch of that like Al Capone was a really good tipper, so no one like turned him
Yeah.
in because they were
Oh, yeah.
like, he gave us like $1,000 as a tip. I'm not gonna care if he's beating someone to death of a golf club over there.
That's none of my business.
Yep.
I mean, look, your check cleared. Like I'm sure most of you have seen Muppet Treasure Island, right?
Hmm.
You know the bit where it's like, wait a second, I'm confused. Are we with the Frog Captain or are we with the pirates? Just play the gig, man.
But it is a 3.5-hour flight, by the way. I Googled how
Oh, okay.
long the flight is. It's a 3.5-hour flight. I don't know what if that feels like it's way too long.
That really does.
Because like flying from Cincinnati to Florida to like Orlando is only 2 hours.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
No,
yeah, it said it was
I-
3.5.
It will not take you guys more than 2 hours, including taxiing and
Yeah.
takeoff and landing and all that. Because
She will have a car. She will have a car waiting for us to take us to a nice hotel.
okay.
Can it
If
can
we
it
do get
at
up on
least
the
be
trip.
a church van?
You want
No.
the church one?
She has to have specialized vehicles, guys.
That's what the
He
vans
is-
were.
You
Dee
can
is looking
float
out
with
the
your
window.
wheelchair.
Dee is looking out the window as we reach altitude, just kind of looking at the sights,
Okay.
and just says kind of absentmindedly to herself, yeah, I can see why he kept flying higher.
Yeah. Too
like
bad he
that.
went back to Starhaven and got beat the crap out of like 3 or 4 times.
Once the chaos of the group has calmed down, though, Michael will look over at Harper though and just do the, "Are you okay?
What?
Are you okay?"
Sure.
Could try and build something to kind of contain that.
I'm
Contain what?
Ooh. Oh yeah. Please let her experiment on me.
no.
I wouldn't really need to experiment on you. I would need to figure out, ooh, I think I could do it. And she just kind of starts like doodling in a notebook, like formulas and figures, trying to see if she can figure out a way to put him
I'm-
basically in a box.
I'm less talking about the duck. It's just, it seems like you don't have the best memories there. Maybe I'm reading this wrong, but
Memories. She just starts to laugh. Yeah. No. I'm fine.
all right. If you need anything, just let us know, okay?
Sure.
Harper, I might be primitive, but have you ever tried just throwing that in a volcano or something?
I love this, like, Mike is here, like, I feel like this has more than just the literal duck. And everyone else is like, so what if we kill the duck?
I know.
So what if we kill
Everyone's like, so what if we just yeet the duck out the window? Like, what would that do? Like, just
I
just
just
yeet it
like-
right out the window.
So look, Quackers and I,
Maybe we could take the plane up to space and put the duck on the moon.
The plane
not
doesn't go to
unless you plan
space.
to leave me there with it.
But I thought that's what planes do.
No, planes go into the sky, not into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
You fly twice.
See, all these rules. Technology is so confusing.
It's more a matter of some of us need to breathe.
I think we all do, actually.
I don't need to
Including
breathe.
I'm not certain about these two.
Anyway, look, the duck and I are inextricably linked. Let's just keep it there. I'm not happy about it. The duck ain't happy about it.
Oh, to make it perfectly clear, I don't have a problem with being separated from you.
Dee kind of goes over to Larry and, what does yeet mean?
Generally to throw with a bit of vigor and force behind it.
Oh,
It
okay.
means this, and she will take the duck and just eat it
Oh,
all the way to the other side of the plane.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. So Carrie can move inanimate objects, non-organic objects.
Mm-hmm.
Did she move the duck?
I was just thinking, like, can I stop the duck from moving?
Are you going to try to use your telekinesis on the duck?
To catch the duck.
Yes.
I don't like the way he asked that question.
I don't either. That's why I'm like, yes.
I say
Like
do
it?
it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. On the other
Yeah.
hand, I want to know.
I know. Because there's a couple things with her powers that I'm like, I feel like she's going to have to try and test them because I have no idea if it will work.
I get
Okay.
it now. Aaron shortened the plane ride, so when we crash this thing, we're still close to where we need to be.
Aunt Puppy, would you be so kind as to give me a will save for
Excellent.
Oh, God. Okay, hold on. I got to open my character sheet. I was not prepared to have to do anything. Oh, no.
I believe I specifically said that combat was probably not going to happen, but there probably would be some dice rolling.
Yeah, but of all the people to initiate combat, I did not think it would have been me.
This isn't
Roll
combat.
A1. Roll A1. Roll A1.
Oh,
I gotta
No,
You may have
roll.
thought you were.
do not do that.
No, her will is 10, so I have a feeling she'll be okay.
Let's find out.
That one,
Oh,
maybe.
God.
Famous last words.
I know. 26.
Okay. All right. So as Harper yeets the duck across the airplane,
Yeah, my thought is that Carrie just sees something being thrown as she's scribbling in her notebook and doesn't really
Mhm.
pay attention to what's being thrown.
you reach out with your mind and catch the duck midair, and the duck is now just kind of floating in midair.
Put it down.
Ooh, it's been a while since I was just floating. Hey, can you can I do a couple of orbits around her first?
Drop it.
What? No. What? No. And she'll just like drop him.
That was fun.
She
Yeah,
will
maybe like
stomp
don't
after. She will get up out of her seat, stomp after him, pick
like
it up,
maybe don't throw things, please.
ignore that,
And throw the duck again.
stomp all the way back to the seat, and shove him violently back into her bag.
Okay.
Dee is going to come up and sit across from her and just ask very gently, so we're heading to your hometown?
Yeah.
And you are definitely not a fan of that.
No,
Is there anything we can do to
no,
make it less awful?
no.
Okay. Well, if you can think of something, just let me know.
I mean, you have a time machine?
Afraid not.
Then no.
And then, what's your favorite flower?
Me?
Yeah.
Do you,
God, is she gonna mess with the levels of oxygen on the plane?
do I
Please don't.
do? What is it about me that strikes you? J- Poison ivy.
I was gonna say Black Dahlia.
Luckily,
Yeah.
means death.
So she's gonna hold up her hand, and what's gonna grow out of her hand is a black dahlia, a blood orchid, and some poison ivy that's been adjusted so that it doesn't actually make you itch. And she's gonna hand all three to her.
Cool. Thanks. She literally has no idea what to do with this. Like, because her question was really going to be, what is it about me that makes you think I like flowers enough to have a favorite? Like,
Harper is now every single girl that's ever given flowers on a date. What do I do with this now?
she's just like,
Uh,
thanks. Fancy. She'll just sit there holding them.
Well,
And then she'll walk back to the window.
Micah, after talking, Harper's probably just sitting by Larry.
One sec. Be right back.
Are you alright there?
Oh, yeah. It's nice to relax for a moment, but he'll go over, go to the stewardess's cart, smile, take 2 bottles of whatever's on top, walk back to Harper, not bother asking questions, saying anything, just wait for her to look up while seeing confused with the flowers, just hold out the 2 bottles. Pat her on the shoulder and a regrettably knowing sigh, and walk back to Micah. That'll help. Just Yeah.
So she'll down the booze and then she'll stick the flowers in one of the empty bottles.
see, there you go.
There you go.
I regrettably kind of understand.
Has he been too much of a pest?
Just when I sleep, or when he wants to come out and play, or when you try and do something good. That's all right. Good things diverting it's something better, which, with a bit of luck, we're doing.
Mhm.
Given any thought to how we can pull this thing out of the box or track it?
No idea. Technology isn't my field.
We have to know what it is first.
Mhm.
Fair, but I was thinking,
My only thoughts are if it's a weird ghost girl or something, and this is assumption, of course, it might not be, but that's what it feels like it is when it comes from the whole static being seen, like face in the static, and then they saw a little girl before they got electrocuted. It's Is there any local urban legends about a girl who died from electrocution, went missing? That fits the description, something like that?
it's a possibility. Also thought, actually, you and Mr. Walker might be uniquely capable in this. I mean, generally signals work off of frequency, and frequencies are just wavelengths, often amplified and focused through crystals. So Mr. Walker's knowledge of, assuming, mind you, the gemstone that he carries with him and your intrinsic knowledge of certain frequencies, maybe you could help to locate her. Or it.
Electricity uses crystals?
Some old radios used crystals. Way to focus a frequency,
TVs too.
as Harper said. It's
You guys
an idea.
You guys will will start to learn at around this time that Harper has like these weird bits of like stuff that she knows. Just random, completely random stuff that she knows for some reason.
Harper's correct. I mean, it's something. I'm just trying to think of places to start. I'm also looking to local urban legends is absolutely good too. So that's 2 leads we could try.
I don't know if it still works the same way, but are there TV stations? Is there a place we could try to trace the broadcast to? Find somebody to beat up there?
As soon as we land, I could probably see if I can figure out how to tap into the signal feeds.
To answer your question, yes, TV stations are still a thing.
Glad we don't have to go to find Netflix and punch it in the face.
I don't think
How do
you
you know what Netflix is? Also,
I was just thinking the same thing.
Also,
Netflix.
it
Your
is
professor were talking about it last week.
It's been a
Also-
couple weeks. I assume I've watched a TV show with somebody here.
A
Netflix
TV
is-
show.
it has a studio. It's a studio. There's a place from which it broadcasts.
Oh, I get it. I had to spend
I'm
an
still
hour or two
confused about how he
explaining
knows
to.
what a TV station is.
I know Larry had to spend an hour explaining to Anson what Netflix and chill meant and why he probably shouldn't take Orpheus up on that offer.
When
I'm
did-
sorry.
they
All I
had
can
TV
imagine now
stations.
is Anson for the first time just like watching like any studio recorded thing and being like, what's all these laugh sound effects? Why is everyone laughing and everything?
Yeah, the first TV station was in 1928. I know what a TV station is.
Yes, there was a
Um,
TV station. What city was it in?
New York, which is basically Titan City.
I thought Titan City was. Oh no, yeah, I'm thinking Bon Shots is
Would Anson like Friends or The Office more?
Oh God,
Would
probably
Anson
The
have
Office
enough
because
money to
everybody's
own a
dry.
television set in 1928?
So I will point out that Angel did, or Miles told you that the cable provider is called Media River. That's the local cable provider. So
Okay, so just using internet. Is there anything anywhere about the people who founded it? Tragic accidents about it? Just the most bare scraping the surface. Has one of the owners had a scandal that involved a little kid, or have they had a tragic accident? Or
sure. Yeah, I'm not even gonna ask for an investigation check for that.
Google?
No, so Media River is a cable provider. It has gone from one set of hands to another as various media companies have merged and then been broken up by the FAA. It was founded in the 60s. The owners are long since retired. It's been renamed a couple of times since then. It was briefly owned by Mars Tech, but is now underneath the mighty power of the mouse.
For the record, Orpheus has no idea what Netflix is, but he has learned that Netflix and chill is a euphemism for sex.
Of course.
Sure.
So Harper will eventually join Muse in the research department and will show them some of the conspiracy websites,
Lovely.
the various, specifically the like supernatural dark web conspiracy
Yeah.
websites, so like crazy crazies. And you're like, okay, look, I know some of these people are
Anything's a lead right now. I know.
Some of these people are dumb as fuck, but sometimes they're right. You just have to learn.
How to sift through it.
And we will start sifting through for
Nothing nearly as obvious as the Wikipedia article, like the Superman actors who have supposedly succumbed to the curse.
that kind of stuff.
We don't have anything that pressing on Wikipedia,
But yeah,
because like if we
So.
do, that's hilarious, and I want to know.
All right. Sure. I'll that sounds like an investigation check to me.
Cool. I don't know if I have that.
I mean, Carrie, that is kind of Carrie's bag.
It kind
Yeah,
of is.
feel free to help out, please.
I'm like, that is kind of what Carrie does.
we're just all huddled around one of Carrie's like tablets.
Yeah, I want to help, but I don't think I know how without being on the ground talking to somebody or
I
messing
would
with
concur.
something.
I would concur. Anderson has a very good investigation, but
I am
I-
going to assist.
I don't know how the laptop, I don't know how the internet works.
I don't have anything. I do have.
My investigation is
teaching.
10.
I don't have an investigation. I have teaching.
Stop
I
telling me
have
how
an
to Google search and do
investigation.
it.
What?
Orpheus has an investigation of 7.
8 at least.
No, wait, it's got to be
Ooh.
higher than that. Is that right? Hang on.
Hey, Aunt Puppy, you've got hero points. I would
Well,
reroll that.
I
'Cause that was
know.
terrible.
That was awful.
The
Wait until
internet
we have all
Wi-Fi
your
is
eights,
horrible.
though.
Take it. Be done with you, you demon thing. There, that feels better. 24.
And I got a 16 to assist. So
okay. So looking through conspiracy websites and message chatter boards and whatnot, there are lots and lots of rumors and people talking. You are able to find not Reddit but hidden forums where people are discussing the Louisville electrocutions. A couple of people, so things that you're able to pull out as common from the ones that you're kind of cross-referencing and trying to figure out which ones are bullshit and which ones are actually people who saw something. So the people who reported seeing the little girl were watching TV when the static came on. The static was not always at the same time of night, but it was always watching TV at night.
Mm-hmm.
Usually at the late nights. Some people then would say that they saw a girl's face looking back at them. They would then, a couple of people then say that they've been seeing the little girl standing around watching them, and that the girl just vanishes and then reappears moments later, just standing there watching them from weird locations.
We have a description of what the girl looks like.
There are a couple of people who do describe her. The commonalities that hold through are that she has black hair. It is wild and unkempt. Her eyes appear and then vanish from their sockets.
Ew.
So sometimes she has eyes, sometimes there's just black sockets where her eyes are.
Great. Lovely. Hate that.
She is wearing a simple dress and pants of matching gray with no shoes. A few people report that when they see the girl, electronics around her will fritz out. And a couple of the people who have posted that much information then say their accounts just go silent.
They're the next victims.
Can you do a little hacky hack and get us real names attached to these usernames?
I can, but we'll have to wait until we land. The Wi-Fi on the plane is not going to give me the capacity, but we can do it once we get to the hotel. That should be perfect.
Sure. Hey, Father, question for you.
Yes. What?
Question for you.
Answer.
I've got connected.
Mhm.
Many of my past students moved here.
Hmm.
And have any of them worked in the cable companies, perhaps?
Well, that sounds like a very good question that I will have an answer for
After the break.
after the break.
Yep.
All snap.
Every time you say father, I have to take a second because I'm like, is she talking to her actual father or is she talking to Larry?
Or is she talking to her emotional support priest?
Yeah.
The answer is, if you're
Yes.
ever talking to Larry, Micah calls Larry.
Okay.
Sometimes. You never
All
know.
right. We're going to take a quick break.